Hi there. I'm Dr. Wendy Coughlin. I have a PhD in clinical psychology and I'm licensed as a mental health counselor. But what's more important, I'm a person in long-term recovery. And I wrote a book over a decade ago now called 12 Steps to Sequel. And then I proceeded along my journey of exploring other options in my mental health practice and doing all kinds of things until it became evident. The signposts occurred to me that I should begin talking about this book, that I should perhaps post some podcasts on my website and help others learn some of the things that I learned after literally decades of personal recovery. So, what is this sequel about? It's really about what to do after you've done the first 12 steps, after you've done those initial steps, and you've admitted you're powerless, that your life's become unmanageable, that you know that there's powers greater than yourself that can help you restore yourself to sanity, that you turn your will and your life over the care of a God of your understanding. And for those who may be atheist or agnostic, it doesn't have to be a deity. It can be good orderly direction. I don't recommend the light bulb like some of the old timers in AA did, but I do recommend maybe a group of drunks or a group of drug addicts. Who knows? But power is greater than yourself. Outside information, bring something in because we are limited, all of us, including myself. And then if you're in that initial 12 steps and you're establishing your abstinence from a behavioral addiction or a substance addiction, it's probably a good idea to look at what you've done, to take that inventory, and then to admit to God, to yourself, another human being, the exact nature of your wrongs. That's kind of getting real with yourself. And when you do that, you tend to see some stuff. Oops, defects, shortcomings. Maybe time to work on those. So kind of clean some of those up. And if there's some lingering guilt or a sense that you owe some apologies to some people, go ahead and make those amends. I don't recommend you do it without the guidance of a more seasoned person in recovery called, in most groups, a sponsor. But you make those amends, and then on a daily basis, you continue taking personal inventory. When you're wrong, promptly admit it. Oh, what a relief. We don't have to start building that stuff and hiding from it. We can just say, hey, I made a mistake. Here's my correction, or please accept my apology. Then on a daily basis, you do want to seek guidance, again, whether from a deity or just others around you, to get guidance and how to move forward. And then having achieved all of that, stabilized your recovery, shouldn't we share it? Indeed, that's what I'm doing. It's not about me. It's about my willingness and ability to put myself out here and say, hey guys, there's another way we can use these steps. There's something beyond having 42 years, 5 weeks, 6 months, 2 days, and 3 hours of personal recovery. I'm not entirely sure that that's the number for me, but so it's in that neighborhood. And I've heard people with long-term recovery do this. They're so focused on the past. They're looking back there all the time. You know what? I'm gonna crash if I keep looking backwards. I gotta look forward. And I want to establish some what's now called recovery capital. I want to get some of the good stuff. I want to get my health back. I want to go to the gym. I want to work out. I want to clean up my act. I want to dress as becomingly as possible. I want to do things to enhance my recovery. But I was using for so long. I was at the track for so long. I was shopping so much. I didn't pay attention to a balance in my life. I don't know how to do this. So, having been restored to some degree of sanity, admit that you have the power to manage your life. Continue to turn your will and your life over to the care of others that can give you guidance. Now make a list of your assets, talents, and capabilities and admit those to somebody else. And then share the exact nature of your potential. And then have a sequel sponsor who can say, hey, have you applied to school? Did you apply to get your CNA? Did you do this? Did you do that? What's going on? Did you see if you could move into a sous chef position? It doesn't matter. You don't have to get a PhD. I just happen to be really good at academics and I liked it. And nobody else was saying, good Wendy, so my teachers did, and I got a bunch of degrees. Not a mystery. find you those talents, find those assets, find those capabilities. Watch for the signposts. Continue to ask God to direct your path as you skip down the road of happy destiny. Establish who you are to your maximum capacity. And for this, I like to quote a very famous author in my world, Dr. Seuss, who says, "And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Because you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose." So let's go. Every week I hope to post a podcast, and I hope I remember that every week to tell you Kismet. Keep it simple, make it fun. Thanks so much for listening.